Is?
Yeah,
Y'all want to open or you want?
I can go ahead and open unless you've got anything.
Well, I mean, I don't really have anything. I
Okay.
know you
All
and
right.
Mr. Dixon had some conversation and looked at a draft, but
Yeah.
other than that, I was.
Yeah, Mr. Deetz and I had some conversation, and our team, we got to looking at the last proposal as far as the money that was offered, and we've come up with a proposal that we think will be within the money that was offered. Pass that down here. You're welcome. Oh, yeah, if you want. And I've got some copies that aren't stapled, just in case we need those.
Okay.
Okay, this is sort of similar format. I changed it up a little bit. This first page, most of the first page just addresses the new money, the discretionary funds. I like to always put this number on there: total instructional salaries as of November 24. Now, I took the total not including the advanced degree pay or the salary increase allocation, because that's what y'all were doing, and I just wanted to get on the same page with you on that.
Okay.
So according to the November salary report that I had, which is most accurate, most up to date one I have, total salaries, not including advanced degree pay or salary increase allocation, was $107,089,466.89. Now, what we're proposing is from discretionary funds, the board to put $1,688,529. And if you look at that number, that puts us in line with the money that was offered on your last proposal. Actually, these are estimates. If you and I get within a few $1,000s of each of our estimates, then we're doing really well.
Absolutely.
But what you had offered was $1,694,000, and we're at $1,689,000. So we're very close in the estimate. The next line, you see the benefits from discretionary funds. Mine's a little bit different than yours on that. And then the total cost from discretionary funds would be a little over $2 million. And then I've got a summary below that of what it is. Well, let me go back up to the first part first, the $1,688,529.
Mm-hmm.
That is 1.58% of that top number,
Okay.
of the $107 million. So that's where the 1.58% comes
All right.
from. So just to summarize, and so we got just to show the total increase for 2024-25, the average increase from discretionary, or as we like to say, new money from the school board, is 1.58%. The average increase that we have already been receiving in the form of a supplement from the salary increase allocation is 1.675%. So the total increase over 2023-24 would be 3.25%. And the base supplements and advanced degrees, I kept that the same as what you had on the proposal you passed to us at the last meeting. And of course, all salary increases will be retroactive to July 1, 2024. So we're at that almost $7 million, which was the money without the benefits that was on your last proposal.
Okay. And you said you left this number at the 40,084. So
Yes.
that was, and I don't remember what the number was, the 39 and some change. Basically, that was the 23-24 number. And now we had run that, I think, at a 23475. So that's basically that increase. Is that
right?
What would have been the old effective rate on the offer we proposed?
Yes.
Gotcha.
And I just kept it the same, so we could, so both of the proposals would be about the same total cost.
Okay.
Okay. If you see the next page, this is a salary schedule that reflects. You see at the top, and I sort of put this in the same format with your salary schedule from last week. The total increase over 2023-24, the average increase is 1.58%. That's new, plus the 1.67% from the salary increase allocation. So this salary schedule reflects those two added together for the total of 3.25%. So the 2023 24-25 salary placement, instructional employees will be placed at a level that corresponds to their years of qualified service. So if a new hire did come in at a salary that was higher than a returning teacher with the same years of experience, they're all at the same place now on this salary schedule. That puts everybody at the same place. So all returning teachers should see a total increase on this salary schedule of 3.25%. Instructional staff with over 30 years of service will receive a 3.25%. Once again, that's a 1.58% new plus the 1.67% from the salary increase allocation. So they'll get that salary increase, performance pay to do that the same way we've been doing it the last 6 or 7 years. And once again, all salary increases will be retroactive to July 1, 2024.
Okay.
So that comes in at the money that was put on the table last week.
All right. And so basically and just to clarify a couple points, because I mean, I pretty much understand what's going on, so I don't have a whole lot of questions. But so this salary schedule, and I know you're using that November payroll, but this salary schedule, when you run that, that's basically, it's taking actually with benefits, it's taking the $2 million.
Yes.
With benefits
Yes,
over
with benefits.
TISA.
Yes.
To run this schedule.
Yes.
Okay.
And you've seen those salary reports before. I actually have a column where I've put these salaries in there, a lot of copy and pasting going on, and summing up for about 1,976 employees, roughly, somewhere around that number. So yes, that's about as accurate as an estimate that I can think of to come up with.
Yeah, and if you did it today, it would change tomorrow if
Yeah.
we had a different employee. But I mean, I understand it.
Yeah.
I understand what you're doing. I don't have a problem with that at all. So I know, and again, just to clarify, I know we have done this a couple different ways in the past. We have addressed it as, any new hire, anybody hired after July 1 didn't move forward a level. But
Right.
but if you place it that way, so you believe basically this language, instructional personnel placed at their level corresponds to their qualified years of service. And I'm just to make sure we're on the same page, I'm just going to use an example for this. So you're a new hire, I'm an existing hire. So right now, if we take level 10, then you're sitting at 9 waiting to move, and I'm already there because I'm the new hire. So, or I might have said that backwards. I don't remember which one I said was new. But the new hire's already sitting there because they were placed.
Right.
And the existing hire's at 9 waiting to move to 10.
Right.
But when it's all said and done, they're going to be
The new hires at 10.
the new hires at 10, returning's at 10.
Yes.
And then we don't have to worry about anybody jumping anybody.
No.
Okay. All right. And that's, I mean, we've been specific with that language in the past, and the way we've always done it, the way we've done it the past several years, it kind of takes care of itself.
Yes.
We just made sure, I think we said it so people knew more
Right.
than anything, that nobody knew was jumping anybody
Right.
that was existing. All right. Yeah, I'm good with that as well. And then on the so on the 0 and 1, we're repeating that level again. That's what you're doing on this schedule.
And I just gave everybody got 3.5%, 3.25%.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's just that's the way it had to work out to do that.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Because let's just say somebody that's at level 20.
Right.
Right, they have 20 years of experience. Well, I had to add 3.25% to last year's 19 to get this year's new 20.
Yeah.
So that's just sort of how it works out, because at the start of the school year, all the people with 0 experience and 1 year experience were making the same thing.
Yep. Okay. All right, we got retroactivity covered, so that's good. I don't think I got any other questions. Yeah, let me look at one other thing. Do you have the current salary schedule?
No. I even bring, well, I got my, no, I don't have one. I took a bunch of stuff out of my,
No, I did the same thing. Hey, can you look right there on, pull up the current salary schedule real quick and just look at one thing?
yeah, just to make sure that,
You can pull it up, you can just pull it up online right there.
I can go to last year's, I can report it up to you.
Yeah, we got it. No, I don't need to print. I just want to pull a reference number on one that we knew we had looked at. No, I'm good. And David, I'm just spot checking a couple of
Yeah,
those.
yeah, do that. Now, I will say this, what you'll see, if you go like from last year's 19 to this year's 20, it's gonna show a 3.27 and not 3.25, and the reason for that, because you remember those people that were placed at a level higher than the returning employees, they're not getting the full.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why you'll see a little bit of a difference there, but the average is 3.25.
Yeah. I guess I could have took the caucus, but I mean, it ain't that complicated. I'm just doing. I think you understand what I'm doing. I just want to make sure, when we plug this into the system, I just want to, if it's close, which it is. I mean, it ain't. I just want to make sure we don't end up running over. And I know you're usually pretty accurate on getting your stuff on the numbers too. Yeah, all right, I'm good. Yeah, I don't have any question. I spot checked about 5 of them. They're all coming in right there
Okay.
where you're talking about. And y'all are on, I think on our offer, we were like 169 and some change. And so actually you're a little bit cheaper than what we are on our last offer.
Well, like I say, that's just the way it played out when I put it. If I'd have used the exact number that you would have, it'd still be 1.58%.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about $6,000 out of $107 million.
$6,000 different. But I mean, it's so that's fine. So I think we can, I think we can TA on it.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me just leave this caveat just in case, because like I said, we're, and at this point in time, finance will put in. So if we plug this in and it's way over this number and off somewhere, we may come back to you and say, hey, we need to make sure we're coming in. I don't know. Based on the levels that I checked, I don't anticipate that being the case. But I don't need to run this number in this when we put this model in there and be at $2 million and then plus benefits on top of that. You see what I'm saying? I don't anticipate it being that far off. But I mean, if we can TA and that it's going to be, even if we don't go, if it runs in there and it's a couple thousand one way or this, like you said, as well as I do, I'm not going to worry about that. We just don't need to run it and it end up being $300,000 or $400,000 off, which I don't anticipate because it hadn't been in the past. But if that were to happen, if we're significantly over that, we may come back and just say, hey, what do we need to do to get it in that cost?
Well, all I can tell you is I've come in at the number that you put on the table.
Right.
Okay, that's where it is.
Oh yeah,
So,
absolutely, yeah, and we'll tell you on that.
Okay.
So, and that's what I just wanted to make sure there wasn't something. I deal with math as much as you do. I mean, there's always a possibility. I don't anticipate anything, and we hadn't dealt with that in the past. But if we can live inside this number, which I'm assuming y'all can, since that's what y'all are proposing, we'll TA on it and call it a done deal.
All right.
Will that
so
work
like
for
I
y'all?
said, this number is 1.58% of that number.
Gotcha. All right. You got a clean copy, and I'll TA one, and you can TA one.
Yes.
And
Do you want a stapled or non-stapled, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, I got a. Okay. Oh, you TA it at the top. All right. No, it don't really matter, I guess. I'll go at the top.
Oh, we need to do the second page too. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, that's good.
I'm probably going to do this one at the bottom because we
Me
got a little
too.
bit
I
more.
will too.
All right.
You know what?
What's that?
I'm gonna have to change this. You're gonna have to change my date. I wrote 24.
Oh,
So,
It's 2025.
yeah, I got used to it. I can
Yeah.
we can do another one if we need
absolutely. No,
Huh?
I
to. Okay, all right.
we know what it is.
Okay, so 25, 25, 25, yeah. Okay, all right. Okay, I think we got it.
All righty.
Okay.
All right. Well, and we don't have anything else. If y'all,
Don't have anything else
we
either.
didn't have any language pending or anything, do we? Did we have any language pending to
No.
get settled?
Nope.
Okay, all right. I mean, on the caveat we did, you just want to agree we'll waive all other language
Yes.
if we had something pending we
Yep.
forgot about? Okay. All right. Well, I think that'll take care of it. And then I'll talk to finance, or IT about, what it looks like getting this processed, and then we'll get y'all ratification. We'll get you a ratification information and send that to you.
Okay, you gonna send the names or the
Yeah.
the list?
Yeah, whatever that list is, it'll be in the same format we sent y'all last year.
Okay.
So, and we'll do the,
You
Well, what about, and then you'll have to send out the email to the whole bargaining unit?
I don't,
I mean, since you took away our ability to contact the bargaining unit, how are they gonna get information
All
about ratification?
teachers.
This is the first time we've had a ratification since the right was taken away.
okay, let me,
My understanding
yeah.
was that Mr. Gray had whitelisted those emails.
Yeah, and
they were able to.
After that came up at the last meeting, I followed up with Dustin on
I
that.
can show you that it's not working. I have an app that tells me every single person that gets it, when
Right.
it's been delivered and whether or not it's been opened.
But when was the last time that was sent?
This morning at 6 a.m.
Okay, all right, well, let me check and see, so if we can't, so my understanding was from Dustin, the last time, y'all had a message that went out the 15th, 19th, something, mid-January, I don't remember what it was, but anyway, there was 2 domains showing up for y'all, and that's why it was going to spam, because it was a domain conflict, so it identified it as spam or whatever.
When he fixed it, and we sent one out too since then, and we had the same issue.
Okay.
So it's like, since it's a public meeting and everybody needs to be notified in the
Right.
instructional bargaining unit, then we're gonna need you to send it out.
Oh, we'll send a notice out from our side that basically will say something similar that we've done in the past. It'll go to all teachers. And it'll say basically we've reached the agreement, and here's what we'll put a copy of this on there.
what about retro pay? We're gonna get that question.
What
How
a-
are they gonna get, how is it gonna be distributed out to the bargaining unit? the pay?
The same way it's always been distributed.
What's that? It changes.
When,
There's a supplement this last time.
what are you talking about? It's changing.
I think she's referring to that the salary increase allocation was paid a little bit differently than what it's been in the
Oh,
past.
so the supplement, so it was processed as a supplement initially to get it processed. So that 1.67 will turn into base salary. You've been getting that. And then so let's say the correct check, so this is the way it should work. The correct check going forward, whichever date that is, will be a total of the 3.25. And then the retro will be the differential between so the 1.58 retro will have to be paid all the way back to the beginning. So you'll have so you've been getting the 1.67. The 158 will be retro back to the beginning, and then your correct check, whatever payroll cycle will be the check with the full 325 in
What
it.
will be the payroll cycle? Will it be February or March?
Rhonda, I don't
That
know.
question. When you
So-
schedule payroll on the other stuff, I mean, it would be nice to find that out.
Well, we can certainly find that out, but it's got to be board approved and ratified. So the next board meeting is March 11th. So I don't know. So ratification for y'all, how long does that usually take?
Depends on how quick we get the information to make signature sheets and do all that, so.
So I mean, we can get that. I mean, we can get that to you as soon as we leave from here. I'll put in the request for ratification information for you. So yeah, if y'all get ratification done, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure the superintendent would probably consider, and I haven't asked, but I'm sure she would probably consider doing a special board meeting if we needed to do a special board meeting to get it approved earlier than later if y'all get ratification done before the March 11th. So I'll find out and follow up on that too. I mean, obviously typically we try to get it as soon as we can, but that'll be the process. We'll have to get it board approved, and we don't have if we have a board meeting, if we have a board meeting before y'all ratify, which I don't know that will be the case with it being March 11th, we can do a board approval pending ratification from your bargaining aid unit.
Yeah, that's what we've done in the past.
And then but this time we just had a board meeting, so we won't have another one until the 11th. But we can, if y'all anticipate getting ratification turned around quicker, I can certainly ask the superintendent about scheduling a special board meeting.
I would think we could get ratification done if we got the information we needed before March 11th,
I would think
right?
so.
Yes. I mean,
Yes.
we usually get it done pretty quick once we get the information that we need.
And then I'll tell you typically how that happens is, so like right now, if it was going to be February payroll, or if we were going to try to get it done March payroll, then whatever date it is, so basically teachers get paid on the 15th. So once payroll clears and posts for that 15th payroll, then the 16th, if that hits in a weekday, that's the first day that payroll and IT can get in there and basically start making the record changes for whatever the next payroll cycle is. So typically it'll be one off from whatever they get the opportunity to get in there and make corrections. So I don't know, I don't anticipate we make the February payroll. So, you may be looking at March, April, maybe the April payroll after we get back from spring break. Because that would be the March payroll. Yeah, I don't know that we'll make February payroll to hit the window for corrections. So it may be the March payroll would be the first one they would have an opportunity to hit it.
Okay.
And then that would mean April would be the first correct check, and then retro going back from there.
Okay.
So, I'll work in that direction to see, and we'll
I
get
mean,
y'all.
that's been a similar timeline to the past,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. So, but that'll be my communication with IT and payroll is to work in that direction.
There is one thing, I don't know if you knew, but when the salary increase allocation was paid, I think we got the first payment from that in October, but there was no retro pay with it.
Yeah.
So you took whatever that dollar amount for each employee was, whatever the 1.67% was, and it was paid, and you divided it by 11 and started paying it in October, and
Yeah.
it would go through, so something
So it
will
was
have.
checked averaged over the rest of the checks
Yeah,
for the
yes,
value?
yes.
Okay, all right.
So
Well,
I guess something will have to be, it's all going into this, it's all the same increase now, so, but.
right, well, we'll make sure the differential regardless is 3.25 total.
Okay.
And then whatever if there's a differential in retro, we'll cover the differential in retro. And that's, I don't know how else to take care of it, but that'll,
Okay.
whatever, if there's a differential from the other, we'll take care, there's
Yeah.
gonna be a differential on the settlement, but, anything that's covered in the differential will hit on the retro check.
Okay.
And when they start running that calculation, if we got a question about what's going on or something doesn't look right, we'll address it and make sure it gets corrected.
All right.
All right? Anything else we can answer for y'all? All right. Well, we appreciate it.
Okay.
All right.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yep, enjoyed it, appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.